this first. Are we live? Oh yes, I think we are live. Let me just double confirm. Are we live?
Yeah, you're live.
Okay, hello everybody. Hi, I'm Joel, Daddy Property Chef, and I have with me my good friend, Master Jason Chan. Hey Jason, am I lagging? I'm lagging, right?
Yeah, you're lagging
Very
quite.
bad. Well, actually,
quite
I switch off almost everything on my laptop already. But the laptop still can lagging. I think need to really buy another. Anyway, never mind lah. The content is more important than anything else. Oh, everybody is here not to see my face. Everybody is here to listen to the content that we are sharing with you all. Hoping that, I mean, for both of us, we really hope that it can help you make better home decisions. Okay, so after a long break, really very long. Okay,
Yeah.
we are finally on to District 12. You think we can finish whole of Singapore by this year or not? Should be, right?
Yeah, I hope so.
March
Singapore,
already, bro. I'm really worried, Now it's March
Singapore
already.
seems very big now.
Yeah. Then the worst part is every time we talk about one thing, right? Then after that, next a few things will come up. In fact, like I spoken to you in our last show, right? I think by the time we finish District 65, right? We need to be doing monthly updates around the island already. We need to be doing monthly updates around the island. Okay, what is going on? At least everybody has a clearer picture. Then maybe we do a monthly Q&A Q&A. And people got housing question they can ask you lah.
No housing question, ask you. Feng Shui, then ask me.
Yeah lah, housing, how to choose a house lah. Then can ask you ma. Okay,
Yeah.
so today we are going to touch on a few things. So first and foremost, we'll be talking about District 12. Okay, which will be Payoh, Balestier, and Serangoon. Okay, actually quite weird one. I honestly don't know how they cut the district one. Because by right, all three of them are so far apart,
Yeah.
Then
I
Payoh
mean,
split by expressway to Balestier. Then Balestier split by expressway to Serangoon, But they're all categorized under District 12. So I also a bit amazed. Anyway, so today Jason will be sharing with us also why these three places came about. Okay, so without further ado, come Jason.
hello everybody. Hi there. As usual, for those who have not catch our show before, this time is your first time, so let me do a self intro. So I'm Master Jason Chan, a Germancy based in Singapore. So my goal is actually to help to improve your life by using ancient practices of Feng Shui and Bazi. So I believe that everyone has the potential to unlock their greatness. I'm here to help you do just that. Then with my years of experience in Germancy, I gained the knowledge from different masters and to guide you so that I'm able to guide you in achieving a greater understanding of your well-being and the influences of your life. So learning to do a new thing can be challenging. So I'm here to make it easier. So my ultimate purpose is to help you improve and to become your fullest expression of yourself by unlocking your potential through the power of Feng Shui. So let's get started on this journey and see where it takes us. So here are some pictures of my experience. Okay, so we also talk about before we talk about property, right? I'm sure everybody agree with me. It's very challenging to buy house nowadays. So we also need Joel expertise. But I will just maybe give you a short intro of the challenges that one is to when they buy the property. So challenges of buying property are high property price. Not sure how many of you agree that property price is very skyrocketing nowadays. Yeah, so the 1 million HDB is quite common. So Singapore has one of the highest property price in the world. due to its limited land area, and then also the high demand for housing, maybe from foreigners as well. So this can make it very difficult for buyers to find affordable housing. Next, we talk about financing. So I'm sure we all know the global climate now is getting more and more tense. So obtaining a mortgage in Singapore can be quite challenging. So bank may have some lending restriction. Then also resale restriction. This one I leave it to Joel to explain more. So I'm not a property agent. So all this I touch and go because it's really not my. But I think when we look at feng shui, right, all this also we have to consider. So not say good feng shui means we can forego about high property price, financing, resale restriction. Then the only thing I can help you is to speed up your buying process. Because some people, before they even view the house, get snatched up already. So which is a very common sight nowadays. So I can tell you, speed is the key to buying your property. So people nowadays are very daring, buy a house without even viewing. So they need us to help you analyze through Google Map, through us surveying the area and things like that, without entering the unit, so that they have a quick picture whether how good is the feng shui is. But of course, the most accurate feng shui is always in the house. In the house. So buying a house, so now I introduce to you buying a house using the feng shui perspective. So these are the factors that can help us to help us assist us in buying a property in Singapore. So location. Later I will break down further. Floor plan, of course, we like a complete floor plan. That means don't have missing sector. Yeah, more regular shape, more square or more rectangle. Yeah, so all these can actually make a house better in terms of feng shui. Then then we talk about birth chart, which is your 八字 lah. So when are you born? Then how is dynamics between the family? Yeah, personal preference. Maybe we can take into account like your lifestyle factors. Like a buyer who values privacy, or they prefer a property in a more maybe secluded location, or they need an MRT station just below them. So all these are personal preference. So while there is no guarantee that using feng shui principle will result a successful property purchase, but it can help buyers with additional factors to consider during buying stage. So buyers who are interested in using feng shui to select a house should consult people like me, a feng shui expert, to ensure that they make very informed choice and appropriate decision. So Singapore has three main areas. This one also not my expertise. It's Joel. We talk about CCR, RCR, OCR. Then and we also trying to cover the 28 different districts. So how do you choose? So this episode down here is to share with you and then also let you know the different districts of Singapore. What are the things to look out for in terms of feng shui perspective, and also maybe property perspective. I talk about pricing, the leasehold and things like that. Yeah, so all this Joel can support that later. So normally I talk about 财气人, right? This time round I add one more factor so which is the history. So usually I got talk about history, but I never put it as one of the important factors. So because of all these people who like being in Singapore, but they don't know the history, like what is this location used to be like, maybe during my father's days or my grandfather's days or my great grandfather's days. So to know a bit of history of the place can provide a very significant belonging to the place. So I add history. So with history, wealth, qi, and people, right, form these four important points when choosing a location. So today we'll cover Balestier, Payoh, and Serangoon. So if you look at the Singapore map, actually it spreads from the southeast, early southeast to all the way to northeast. So in northeast location, we know which is Serangoon. And the southeast, Balestier. So Balestier, Payoh, and Serangoon. So if you have not known, Balestier is actually a person's name. So Joseph Balestier is Singapore's first American consult. So back in the 18th century. So he owned this piece of land called the Balestier Plain, which is a huge piece of land where he used to grow his sugar plantation. Yeah, so we all know that now know that Balestier named after a person's name, and second is a plantation. So plantation meaning this land is quite fertile. Yeah, but unfortunately, he didn't do that well. Maybe his parts are not suitable to do plantation. So we know Balestier is a fertile land. So you can find his statue in somewhere in Balestier. So when we also talk about Balestier, right, there's an area in Balestier that we know as a recreation road. So where all the clubs are down there. So if you drive past, you can see futsal, you can see a field, yeah, belongs to the Indian Sports Club. Yeah. Then also further down into Balestier, you also know there's a Tua Pei Kong temple down there. Yeah, it has been there for many years. And to the Malays, right, they call Balestier as uh, I don't know how to pronounce in Malay, but it meant this citrus fruit garden.
Kerban Limau, I think.
Gerban Limau. Oh,
Yeah.
Limau. I sounds familiar now. Limau. When you go to to eat your prata,
A
right? Then
drink,
you
the
got,
drink.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, the drink. Yeah. So
Ice
probably
limau.
more, yeah, ice limau. Yeah, probably lemon. So to the
Yep.
Tamils, right, in this area, right, to them it's also known as this water kampong. So it's where they retrieve water. Yeah.
Hmm.
And Balestier also one thing interesting fact about Balestier, right? It has a few these roads named after Burmese
Hmm.
places. Yeah, and also if you know, in Balestier also there's a Burmese temple.
Oh,
So
yes.
Burmese has some connection in the early days with Singapore. So Toa Payoh, also in this place, right? Whampoa or this Hokake had a orange garden. Maybe that's why the Malay thought this is a citrus garden. So Toa Payoh
Hmm.
and Balestier are actually quite close to each other. Last time there's no such thing as expressway. So maybe they see that nice garden, so they remember as a citrus fruit garden. Yeah, so Toa Payoh, right, in Chinese, right, Toa means big, Payoh means swamp. So we know Toa Payoh is a swampy area. And to the older generation, right, it's also known as a burial hill. So cemeteries, all these are in Toa Payoh as well. So you can see the different land quality. So in Balestier, you have more fertile land, and then Toa Payoh have a more swampy land. So if you compare these two areas, you can see the difference in terms of the history, then how it impacted to today. So and another place, Serangoon, right? Because Serangoon, nobody is certain how this name Serangoon comes about. There's a few variation now. One is named after a bird, so it's normally seen in that part of Serangoon. So they call it, yeah. So they may name the place after the bird. Then another speculation, right? That again, Malay word I'm not too familiar. It means to chase away, to attack with gongs and drums. So who to attack is actually to frighten off wild animals and snakes. So that they
Hmm.
can be chased out. Yeah. So with sound, it probably frighten them. So a lot of
Hmm.
different variation how Serangoon name came about. So now we talk about the Thai part. As you all know, Toa Payoh, there's some in the industrial area or factory area. And then one thing that we all know that HDB is there. This one, it used to be at Bukit Merah and it shift to this Toa Payoh. Yeah. Then Balestier, if you walk through the main street, Balestier is known for the Tau Sa Piah, the eateries, the Bak Kut Teh. And then
Yep.
also you have some shopping center down there. And
Zhongshan Park is also there.
yeah, Zhongshan
Zhongshan
Park is
Park.
also
Yeah.
there. Yeah. Then also we have the Serangoon. We have the shopping center lah, the very big shopping center in that area. Yeah. Next. So when you talk about Qi, right, we compare these three different areas, right? Toa Payoh has bus interchange, MRT, and then we have the PRE for the cars. Then Balestier, right? Strangely, no MRT. I'm not sure whether MRT is going to be there. And you can assume the number of private property, do they really need MRT? Yeah, they probably maybe be driving a lot. Yeah, that's why no MRT given to them. Then Serangoon, we have bus interchange and two MRT, ongoing MRT, which is the Northeast Line and the Circle Line. And I think there's a upcoming MRT, a new MRT line a lot. I think just outside of this Serangoon Garden. Yeah, which I think we covered previously when we talked about Ang Mo Kio.
Correct.
So a lot of connectivity in Serangoon, and then also Serangoon also quite close to this CTE. So among these, you can see the connectivity, the qi that it brings. So Serangoon, right, among these three areas, Serangoon has a lot of energy. Yeah. Yeah, and then we take a look at the people staying there or having activities there lah. So Toa Payoh, we have a lot of HDB down there and a lot of old HDB. So I think may have a lot of upcoming changes or in Toa Payoh, and very few private estate. So one thing about Toa Payoh, right, you will find one thing that a lot of towns have lacking is these hawker centers. So Toa Payoh has one of the most hawker center in Singapore. And also they have temples as well, huge temples. So and then we talk about Balestier, mostly private estate. HDB old HDB, usually they are more on the Whampoa side. Yeah. And also when you talk about Serangoon, if you look at the Serangoon map, right, on Google Earth, you see a lot of private properties and also old HDB. Yeah, then also we also have the Australia International School in Nanyang JC down there. So you can see these three, right? Obviously, you know which one is the best performing. So if you link everything together, right, the past history, the Thai and the Qi and the Ren, right? So you yourself so is Toa Payoh, Balestier or Serangoon good enough for you lah? So if you want to know more, whether are you staying down there or are you looking to buy a property down there, right? Feel free to give me a call and then we can discuss further lah. Yeah. So thank you everybody. This is my sharing.
Okay, so today Jason shared a bit about Toa Payoh, Balestier, and Serangoon. Okay, of course Serangoon you know the confusing part about Serangoon is it stretches from Jalan Besar area, right, all the way to Hougang. You know, it's a very, very, very long town, you know. This is the interesting part about Serangoon, but actually it's chopped. It's chopped. Okay, so today I will share with you all why. Okay, let me put on the screen. So basically, we don't look at numbers first. Tonight I do something different, okay? Because I think a lot of people, they are confused. They are always confused about, hey, so Joel, District 12, District 13, District 11. So where exactly are these areas? So today I'm going to give you a very, very clear picture. So we have a look, right? District 12, okay, Toa Payoh, Balestier, as well as Serangoon, right? We go by the district code 31, 32, and 33. So what does this mean? It means that the postal code will start with these three set of numbers. You start with 31, 32, and 33. Okay, so we look at the map. Okay, we look at the map. So we have Toa Payoh. Where's my Toa Payoh? Wow, every time I see the map, I bit blur. Oh yeah, this is Balestier side. Balestier, then Toa Payoh. Okay, interestingly, I want to share with you all. I think Jason, I think Jason also mentioned about this part. These three towns that make up District 12 interestingly, right, they are all split by expressway. What I mean by that, usually you see when we share about the different districts, right, their boundaries are the expressway, right? But these three towns they are all split by expressway. Okay, first we see Toa Payoh, 31 you all can see, right, the postal code, 31 okay, 31, Toa Payoh, split by Penn Island Expressway from Balestier, which is 32. You all can see, right? Whampoa side is 32. Okay. Balestier Plaza 32. So Payoh and Balestier is split by PIE. Then PIE, then after that, Balestier, Whampoa Drive, right, is split from Serangoon. Okay. You can see Serangoon, right? This part covering all the way from Little India side. It's a very interesting one. You see some of the houses they have 30 plus number. Then give me a sec wait. Oh, Serangoon Road. You see this whole stretch is actually Serangoon Road. Okay, this whole stretch is actually Serangoon Road, but it's split. Okay, then we have district. The number start from 20. 20 will be Little India District 8. Okay, so Serangoon is part under Little India District 8. Then the further down part, okay, after Lavender, should be after Lavender, correct. After Lavender, right, which is the Boon Keng side. Boon Keng side onwards, right, is 33. Then this part is split by CTE. This part is split by CTE. So the interesting thing now is this. These three towns, right, as Jason has mentioned just now, they have a very rich history. Okay, very rich history. Toa Payoh mainly by the Toa Payoh was mainly by Chinese. Then Balestier, right, as Jason was mentioning already, is a mix but dominated by the Caucasians then. Okay, because Joseph Balestier actually had his plantation in the whole of, you must understand, 200 acres of land, right, is really a lot. It's a lot of land. Then Serangoon, of course, most of us will know Serangoon by right a lot of Indians, but you see Boon Keng side I mean the road itself is called Boon Keng already, right? So obviously there are also Chinese staying down there, you see. So the interesting thing is these three towns, there you will notice that there's a lot of shop houses. There's a lot of shop houses, but as Jason was mentioning, right, you can see the category that comes down. First and foremost, I ask you a question. Is there freehold land in Toa Payoh? No, right? Don't have don't have. Because I can tell you, actually all the towns, right, in Singapore, it's very easy to see one, If that town don't have freehold land, basically this is one part of the land that previous governments didn't really take I mean, when the British, okay, when the British came, right, they didn't place an important focus in this land. That's why there's no freehold land. That's why there's no freehold land. Okay, so Toa Payoh was one of the satellite town by our founding fathers. Okay, that means when Singapore gained independence, it started as one of the satellite towns. So basically, whole piece of land, like Jason was mentioning, is swamp. Is a swamp. So it grew into a neighborhood town. So basically, it's also telling you one thing. This is a town, right? That not really, not 不是很贵的啦. It's not those very expensive ones already. Okay, it's not those very expensive land because there's no freehold in there. Then we come to Balestier. Then Balestier you start to see there's a lot of freehold condos because those freehold lands. But what happened was usually when you don't see a lot of landed houses, right? These are lands that were sold by the landlords previously. Okay, 那些地主so they sell the land for redevelopment or sold to those developers. Then they will slowly build up. But one thing about Balestier, I mean, I'll be very honest. Balestier, you notice one thing is most of the condos, right, are apartments. You don't have those mega project, big condos. Balestier whole stretch are all small projects. And of course, previously, like maybe 10, 15 years ago, the reputation of Balestier itself was not fantastic as well. Okay? I mean, for those who know, you know lah. For those of you who don't know, well, anyway, things has changed already. So no point talking about it. Okay? There's a lot of changes coming up, especially for Balestier, right? Balestier will be near to where the former, because where Balestier cuts is near to where the former PA is. Give me a second. Let me find out where it is on the map. Map too big. Sometimes very difficult to find. Okay, so this is Novena. So we will see the former PA. Yeah, Mount Pleasant is over here. So basically, Balestier is sorry, give me a sec. 我很乱. Okay, Balestier is over here, right? 32. Over this part is 30. Is another district already. Let's have a look. Okay, that will be District 11. So for District 11, right? There is this mega project, mega land that is coming up, which is the former police academy, private housing, public housing, institution, MRT, everything coming up already. So will it spill over to Balestier? I think yes, maybe. But because of the configuration of what is inside Balestier, right? Being mainly small apartments, I really don't think that the prices will go up tremendously, you see, because apartments, this is the point of time whereby you really see apartments are really apartments. Okay, they do have full condo facilities, they do have enough land size. You know, it's unlike those mega projects, like example, Bartley Ridge. Okay, Bartley Residences, sorry. Bartley Residences is a flat status. But it's okay. Why? Because it has a big enough land. The only reason why it's flat status is because the boundary offset is not enough. It has full condo facilities. It has enough land. The only reason is the boundary setback is not enough. But for Balestier, it's clear cut all apartments. So this in fact will be a deciding factor for the housing prices. Serangoon on Farrer Road side, on the other hand, is very interesting already. So down here we got HDB, we got shop house, then we have a lot of those. Where's my map? Okay, CTE, yeah, must split by the road. Then a lot of the shop houses are freehold. Most of them are freehold. Then basically there's also conservation houses. But over this area, you won't see. I don't think there's any landed properties over here. There's no landed properties over here as well. But this again, we must bring back to one thing, because Jason also mentioned before, the southern part is nice, okay. In fact, got chance to get better and better, yeah. And then we also look at this part, Greater Southern Waterfront. Okay, this is the southern side. You know, Serangoon is all the way to the end already. You know, so one thing is for sure, I totally agree with what Jason say. Based on this area, right? Honestly speaking, the pricing confirm is better as it goes further south. Okay, so now we have a quick look at the analytics. So we look at the district. Okay, we look at the district as a whole first. So today I'm going to do a very clear-cut breakdown for you. Okay, we look at the district as a whole first. Serangoon, Payoh, and Balestier. Okay, so let's have a look at all the housing. Okay, we just see yearly. Too confusing for the last 10 years. Okay. Jason, you want to see 10 years or 20 years?
Let's see 10 years. 10 years.
10 years, Okay. So in from 2013, which is the start of cooling measure until now. Just nice. 2013 was when the Singapore started to welcome cooling measures. You can see this whole area, right? The price fantastic or not? As a whole, right? As a whole in general, so lah. Maintaining this is maintaining but now we split. Okay, now we split. Now we go by planning area. We first go to okay, let's have a look at Balestier first. Balestier is not even part of the planning area, you know. We go to Payoh then. Okay, Payoh show trend. Yearly. Okay, so we know for sure Payoh took off. Okay, Payoh did pick up. Not fantastic, you can see, based on from 1.3 till now, right? Not fantastic. But I can tell you one thing. Partial reason is because of not much new launches in the area. The most amount of new launches in the area is, you'll be surprised, you know, is the BTOs. Okay, not much new condo in the area. In fact, Payoh is one of the smallest towns in Singapore. So not much private condo in the area. Then we have look at, I mean, this Serangoon will of course include the whole of Singapore Serangoon already lah. So let me see, Serangoon. Okay, the whole Serangoon from all the way to Jalan Besar, Little India side, all the way to next already. This one don't need to see one, confirm scary one. You see? Very clear cut. Straight away all go up one. Okay? All the way go up one. But as for Balestier, well, Balestier is not part of the planning area. I believe this tells you something also lah. Balestier is not part of the planning area. I believe this tells you something also. So basically, I will share this thing with you all. Okay, I will share this thing with you all. Okay, first and foremost, right, out of the three towns, don't need to say one. Confirm Serangoon is the one to look out for. In fact, you can see the $1 million HDB flats, Boon Keng has quite a few. Boon Keng has quite a few. Okay, so all these you really have to take note. Balestier, not really a lot of public housing. Really not a lot. But the apartment status itself really will affect the area. So rental wise, I foresee I mean, I'm just my 2 cents worth. I foresee that for the next half a year down the road, right, the rental prices should still be holding, if not picking up by a bit more. But based on the current prices, right, you buy, I also don't think that you can it's enough to pay the installment. Okay, so okay, one last thing before I end. There is the fact that later I'm going to touch on 2 projects. Okay, 2 projects, 2 new launches, and basically, right, this is proof itself. If today there is any launches in this area, you should give it a shot. You should consider. Why? Because Payoh, as I mentioned, not much new launches. Okay, confirm don't have. But last year, if there is a big one, consider lah. Apartment status, I don't know, really too many already. If it's me, right, I may go for a resale condo in Balestier. I'm not saying the new launch cannot buy lah, unless the pricing is really, really very attractive. Okay, but because there's too many freehold apartments already. So if the next one come out is going to be another freehold apartment, what makes it so special? Nothing special, what? Correct? Then last but not least, Serangoon, don't need to say one. So far, any launch that comes to Serangoon has been pretty well received. Pretty well received. So I don't think there's any issue in marketing any of the new launches down there. Okay, then why I say my next segment will cover. So yes, Jason, come join me. Bro, you know of the two launches that happened over the last 2 weekend, right? You heard?
I think I know one. I think it's called Botany. The other one I'm not sure.
Correct. Botany. Okay, so we have a look first. We have a look at the location. Okay, we have master here, then of course don't waste maybe Jason just briefly from the map you just share with us what you think of this location. Okay, so I'm gonna bring it up. Okay, bro. So this is Botany, the one in red. This one I point is the Dairy Farm Nature Park. Okay, Dairy Farm Nature Park. Okay, this is Botany. I see. Wait, let me see whether I can layer out the master plan. Yeah, cannot. I cannot. I cannot show the building. Maybe later I show more to you. Okay, so this is the area. You want to see the site plan or not? You want to directly see the map or not? Okay, we have a simple orientation first. So it's a rectangle land. Okay. So behind the land is the German European School of Singapore. Okay. Yes. I show you the problem because luckily I have the app with me. Okay, so yeah, this is the land. So below directly below, right? Directly below that where the dairy farm lane is, you can see that is where the school is. Okay, so this is the whole project. Basically, what do you think of the location? I mean, we don't look at the site plan. The site plan I think is not. It's very hard to read from the site plan, but based on the location, right? What do you think?
I mean, if you are a feng shui person, right, you definitely like this piece of land. Why? Because it's at the foot of this Bukit Timah Hill. Yeah, and you're surrounded by nature, and then also opposite, I think you are very close to near this landed, lots of landed.
Yeah, the landers are over here.
Yeah, and
All
also you are quite near Cashew, if I'm not wrong. Also, not too far.
Correct.
Not too far. So
Correct.
I know Cashew is
Cashew is over here.
GCB. Is
Correct.
it?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes,
My memory
correct.
didn't fail me. Yeah. So yeah, I quite like this place because very exclusive. Yeah. So if you are there in after rainy, right, you can see there's this mist above the nature reserve lah. That means which 有风水 say 那个山有气啦。Which is the energy of the mountain. So fantastic place. You can't get it anywhere in Singapore. Even Mount Faber also don't have this kind of quality.
Okay, bro, wait, but I got a question for you already. So that means to say if the unit can see the mist is good.
Don't need because that area has the mist is natural. So those people who are into health, right, you probably know about 负离子 or the N ions.
Negative
Right?
ions. Yeah,
Yeah.
correct.
So this one are produced by this mist that we're talking about. So in places like in Japan, you see this mist very often. So people when they breathe in such air, right, they tend to live longer. So you can imagine the feng shui of the place already.
So basically, as long as it's within this area, it's good enough, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then good news for everybody. There's another 7 pieces of land that is coming out. Another 7 pieces of land that is coming out. Okay, so from Jason's feng shui perspective, he's already sharing that this area is good enough. Okay, this area is definitely good enough because it's natural. And I don't think anybody in their right frame of mind will do anything to Bukit Timah Natural Reserve. So it's there to stay one. That one I don't think somebody will go and go and attack, like level the hill. So I'm very, very sure this one is there to stay. But now we have a look at the price. So based on Straits Times, Botany sold 48% on launch day. Okay, so there's a total of 386 unit. Sim Lian, the developer. Okay, Sim Lian is one developer that I personally I really like. Okay, I really like. Why? The biggest reason is because their layout is very traditional. The house is usually very squarish. They try not to do those odd shape one. Those odd shape houses. But for those who visited the show flat, I don't know you all notice or not. Outside the show units, right, there's always a pair or two pairs of kids' shoe one. Then if you all go and visit the show flat, right, you all go and see. There's a pair of kids' shoe or two pairs outside the show unit one. Always one. I don't know why they do this, but it seems that for Sim Lian, right, they are very, very traditional developer. They believe a lot in feng shui and the ancient arts. So that's why I tell you all one thing. Pretty interesting. But we come back to this. Botany. You all will see that the average per square foot is average selling price of $2,070 per square foot is slightly lower than that of OCR non-landed new private homes in January, which was 2088 PSF. Ladies and gentlemen, take note this statement, right, that Straits Times mentioned is trying to tell you something, They are subtly you all know Straits Times controlled by who, right? So they are subtly telling you, right, OCR outside core region is starting from 2,000 upwards already, 2,000 PSF per square foot upwards. And I tell you one thing, surrounding Botany, right, none of the resale, right, I think can even hit 1,008 except for the new dairy farm residences. Because haven't TOP sub-sale bought 1,006. But the rest, right, I don't think they can even scratch 1,006. So this one, you all must take note, okay? Because Joel, very, very simple nowadays. I will not tell you what you cannot buy because everybody is still and buy. Nobody cares one. As long as you all like, you all will buy. But I must let you know one thing. Down there, this is the current situation. But not to worry because as I mentioned, there's another 7 pieces of land coming up. Okay, another 7 pieces of land coming up. In fact, I want to congratulate one of my buyers. Okay, we in the end, we actually went to see Botany, but in the end, right, this buyer of mine, right, we managed to secure a freehold in the nearby Hillview estate. Okay, we secured a 4-bedder at around 1,005 PSF. Freehold 1,005 PSF. It's resale lah. So if you don't mind resale, right? There are freehold choices around. So if you want to find out more, you let me know. I'll share a bit more on this with you. But today I'm just trying to share with you, right? Okay, this is the new norm already. Ever since, which I told you guys last year, right? Ever since Pasir Ris accepted 2001, right? This is a kind of worms that cannot be unopened already. Okay. Then the other news. Okay, the other project 1 week before is Terra Hills. Terra Hills sells more than a third. Why so slow? Oh, Franklin. Okay. Terra Hill sold about 1/3 of its units during the launch day. Okay. Terra Hill, freehold. Developer was saying around average of around 2006. 2006. Okay. So now I want to share with you for Terra Hill, because Terra Hill I have the updates already on my system. So I'm gonna share with you for Terra Hill, right? So slow. Terra Hill. Okay, Terra Hill Okay, yes, Terra Hill. So our average per square foot is about 2662 PSF. Okay, so we have units ranging from 2233 to 2922. So I share one thing with you first. The units that caveat has been lodged. Okay, so based on our data, there's 96 units sold, but based on what I know, right, the sales figure has already hit 100 out of 270 units. Okay, so we have a look at the highest per square foot is 2,922 for 4-bedder. Ladies and gentlemen, please understand, gone are the good old days, right? You know, last time we got this stupid staying. Actually, I never believe in this thing. But last time we got this stupid staying when you are doing new launch. The bigger the area, the lower the per square foot. Jason, you heard before or not? You heard about this before or not? The bigger the area, that means the bigger the house, the lower the per square foot. That means the PSF will be lower.
Oh, I think I heard this before very, very, very long time ago.
Yeah, I for those who bought, who are not that young, like at least in their 30s or 40s, have some experience buying houses, right? You know who have heard this sentence before, you know. But I tell you one thing, that is bullshit. You know why? You know why I say that? Because last time houses, right, they sell you a very big piece of balcony. That balcony, right, is included in the land size, in the house size, you know. So that's why the per square foot is lower. But nowadays, right, because government cramped down, their balcony, they can only build up to a standard size only, you know. I mean, not say standard size, a certain percentage. So they cannot build those ridiculously big balconies already. You will never see bigger units lower per square foot anymore. Because last time they sell you balcony. They sell you a very big piece of balcony. So they have no choice but to lower the per square foot. Because the whole area, actually living area 1,000, they sell you 1,500. The balcony, everything is 1,500. Void, all these 1,500. So they cannot be selling you at the same per square foot. So don't need to think about this anymore. Those of you who still have this mindset, bigger house, smaller PSF, you all think too much already. Okay? Number one. Only happen for resale with those very big patio, very big balcony one. Then number two, ladies and gentlemen, this is rest of core region RCR already hitting 3,000 going to is already what $80 per square foot away from 3,000 already. And I can tell you, sure hit one. Will sure hit one. Definitely will hit one, because I already explained to everybody the break-even price for the land is about almost 2,001. And now, because everybody is so bullish, developer, you know, 3-4 years ago, right? 3-4 years ago, developer was only looking at what? Profit margin of around 20%, you know. You know how much is 20% or not? If it's 2,001. That means if they sell you 2004, or maybe 2005, is they earn a lot already, you know, before COVID. Because that was the per square foot then. But you're going to calculate now. Okay? Let's do a simple calculation. So now if we were to hit 3,000, 3,000 PSF, right? Okay, minus 2,001. Okay? Then divided by 2,001 PSF break even. Profit margin is 42.8%. Honestly speaking, now the market is so bullish. Everybody is so bullish. developer 不砍你砍谁？Sorry to say this but it's true developers they are not charity, you know. They are not charity leh. They come in, they want to make money one, you know. It doesn't matter what you say because in the end it will be fully sold. So they price it now at 42%, 42% profit margin, right? You know what is going to happen? Then a lot of people will start to tell me, "Hey, Joel, you know the 5 years ABSD thingy for developer. Hey, come on now they got 5 years to sell, you know. They slowly sell. Sure got people buy one. So when you are reaching the end, right, left that 2 or 3 units or maybe 10 units, they sell at cost price can or not? Sure got people buy one. Then the previous owners will screw the developer. Wow, how can you do this? Blah, blah, blah. But you think developer care? They don't care. They don't care one. But this thing now, one thing, developers will thank the buyers. They thank the current bullish market. Honestly speaking, if I'm a developer, I also do the same thing. I got so many stuff to feed, you know. I got so many things to consider. You cannot say developer unfair. So when they were earning 20% that time, barely enough to cover. Then how? Correct. So this is the thing. Then we come back to botany. Okay, but before that, right, I'm gonna okay, we have a look at botany. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys something that is very, very important. My screen not sharing leh. Give me a sec. Sorry, give me a sec. Let me re-mirror again one more time. Okay. Give me a sec. Okay. Come back. Oh, Jason, why so quiet?
Yes.
You were frightened by the 42%. Okay, come. We have a look. We have a look at the botany, right? The smaller units were almost all taken. Let me share with you, right? This is a 3-bedder. Okay, this is a 3-bedder. So, okay, let's have a look at the graph first. Okay, you can see red color ones are the 1-bedder. A are the 1-bedders. B 2-bedders. Okay, then C upwards are all the 3 and 4-bedders. Let's have a look. Okay, this is the first block. Jason, I ask you one thing. You think which type you think are sold more?
What do you mean which type?
You see what type of units left the most?
The bigger one, is it?
Yeah, the bigger ones. Okay, good. How about this block?
Still
Still
bigger
the 3 and
one.
4-bedder. Still the bigger ones, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What is?
Yeah, still the bigger ones.
Bigger ones, This?
Wow. Yeah. I think bigger
All the
one.
big ones, Oh, all the big ones, All the big ones. Okay, wait. Come, let's have a look at the other project, Terra Hill. Okay?
Wow, that is quite scary. I mean, I mean, people are buying maybe buying for investment, not buying for own stay.
这个是 master 讲的property agent 没有讲Okay, so basically, can I show you the graph first? B is for the brown color ones is for 2-bedder. Purple, green, blue is the bigger bedders. This project no 1-bedder. Okay, no 1-bedder. So we have a look. We again from the first block. Bro, The 3 beders all remain, right? 3, 4 beders. 3,
Yeah.
4, 5 beders, in fact. The second block also the same, right?
Yeah.
Third one, okay, not so bad. We see some of the bigger units being taken away, right? Then these are the super units, the 3,000 square feet units. Okay. 8 million, 9 million, those type. Then finally, this one. For a 2 bedder, right? 2 bedder plus study is already come I show you your price. But ladies and gentlemen, disclaimer, the prices that you see now, right, is correct as of today, 6th of March, 9:26 p.m. Any time after this, right, check with your agents or check with me for the updated pricing. Because developer has the right to change prices at any given amount of time. Okay, so please understand that. So you see, my customer, right? My customer bought a 4-bedder, 1657 square feet, in Hillview, for 2.5 million. Let's see what a 2.5 million can get you in Terra Hill. (904 square feet). Okay. So just now, you see the interesting part is this. The interesting part is this. Jason has already mentioned one thing. We are concerned. We are concerned that it seems like a lot of the units that are bought by the first wave. We call them the first wave, launch wave. Are the smaller beders. Smaller 1-beders. So, and we cannot help but think that this group of buyers are actually just investors. And they are not big investors, they are the smaller investors buying 1 and 2-bedder. So is this okay? Well, rental is now not bad. I think no issue. But let me share with you one thing. Before 2013, right? Market also good one. Market rental from 2010 up, rental also quite good one. Then after that, what happened? So I want to share with you one thing, that for the property cycle, right, it goes up and down. It goes up and down. Those who bought, right, do you make the wrong move? I will tell you one thing directly. Do you think 10, 20 years down the road, the pricing will be higher or lower? Jason, what do you think? Do you think the price will be higher or lower?
Higher.
Yeah, without a doubt one, correct? It will definitely be higher. But by how much? So if you are telling me you are buying for long term, then congratulations, you made an excellent choice. Okay, excellent choice. But if today you are telling me you want to buy already, wait for TOP to flip, right? Ladies and gentlemen, those who managed to flip now, they bought in about 3 years ago, right? 3 years ago, 2020, or even earlier. Those people who are flipping now are those who bought earlier, and I can tell you that time Singapore per square foot we don't even talk about OCR. RCR cannot even hit 2,000. Okay, now OCR is 2,000 already. OCR is 2,000 already. Because of pandemic, maybe. Because of inflation, could be also. But I will say one thing. For those who are buying in now, right, I really, from the bottom of my heart, hope that you are buying to stay. Okay? You are buying to stay. If you're buying to stay, safer lah. If you are buying for capital gain, right, then you better buy the unit at the correct entry price, which I always say. You better buy the unit at the correct entry price that I always advocate. Because entry price determines everything. That is all. So basically, today you tell me, just now the area we talk about, District 12, friends. District 23, the Botany, 2,000, almost 2,000 PSF, people buy, people accept that price. You tell me, Payoh, Serangoon, these type of places, why cannot buy? Of course, I share this thing with you. I really, from the bottom of my heart, hope that people buy for own stay. You don't keep thinking buying for investment. If you're buying for investment, also can long term rental one. then it becomes a piggy bank, slowly built up. Okay, fair enough. You buy a one bedder, right? Example, you buy a one bedder today at a bit. I don't know lah, I won't buy lah. Sorry, 对不起，我有点 choke 啦。I will never ask you to buy one bedder unless it has a very very good layout minimally a one plus study one plus study whereby the study room can almost use as a bedroom that one can. But if normal one bedder, I will tell you please don't waste your time. This is what I always say. Up till today, I still say the same thing. Because 叔叔被 one bedder 咬过了。I bought one bedder and lose money once. So, I mean, I didn't lose I didn't really lose money, but it's like wasted 8 years of my life Really wasted 8 years of my life. So if you are buying the smaller bedders, right? You go for long-term rental can. You today buy 100,000. 20 years later, you sell 120,000. But never mind. I don't know. Well, today you buy 1 million. Then 20 years later, you sell 1.2 million. Never mind. You know why? Because you collected at least 15 years of rental. 你还是有 profit correct? So this is the thing. Because sometimes really not enough capital, then you tell them don't buy, they also don't want. Because ultimately, property is still one of the safest asset class, right? Jason, you agree, right?
Yes.
Not so volatile property not so volatile Then we agents agent must have our own house one, right? Correct.
Because property is earth so we are standing on earth. So it is the most stable element.
This one not I say one, it's master say one. Okay, so you see, it's just logical. It's just logical. If you have the money, you want something so-called prudent, buying property is not wrong. But if you want tell me again, I tell everybody, you want to get rich buying property, right? 不要想这样做 okay? It's a bit dangerous because we have gone past that era. Government has already made it so safe for us in Singapore. Okay, so I urge everybody who is thinking of buying a property, right? Get your sums done correctly, plan properly. Definitely die. You must have an escape plan. Okay, I always say 3 things my ACE prudence test You must know your affordability. Okay, you must know your comfortability, whether whatever you buy, right, is comfortable for you, your lifestyle, and your pocket. Okay, and last but not least is the scalability, whether you can run or not. Okay, you don't sell, never mind, but one day when you need to sell easy to sell or not, or can easy to rent out or not. I'm not trying to talk big, but honestly speaking, for those of you who have been following me for these past few years, right, you all know what happened to my Norfolks, right? As a project IC, I didn't buy new launch then because why? I wasn't looking at pure capital returns. Yeah, you see, if I bought any of the new launches up till today, right, based on sub sale I would have earned a lot, maybe 100 over 200,000 for the sub sale, you know. But the issue is what? I chose a different angle because now I believe one thing more important is depends on your needs. My need was to accumulate the most amount of money in the shortest time possible. I collected 2 years of rental. My property went up in value by around almost 30%. Okay, so I paid a 30% now. So you think about it, I already achieved more than 100% return on investment, you know. So if today I were to use the same amount of money, 30%, 210,000 to go and down a new launch, okay, for purely capital appreciation, then I pay the installment, I pay the provider you got a place to stay. I'm talking about provider you got a place to stay. You don't say you go and sell a house, then you go and rent. I tell you sure die one. Okay. Then subsequently, the unit, right? It comes back. Hey, you realize your return on investment, right? Because you put in about 30% of the property price. you take back about 150,000 then still got installment interest that you need to pay along the way You go and calculate. Maybe your return on investment is less than 30%, you know. So you buy new launch, you buy to stay. You trust me, you buy new launch, you buy to stay. At the end of the day, right, you'll be surprised by what you have gained. But if you're buying new launch purely for speculation, right? Think first. Plan first and ensure that what you're buying is correct. Okay? You don't know whether what you're buying is correct. Talk to me. Talk to Jason. Okay? Jason, comfortability, Jason will let you know whether this place that you're buying is suitable for you and your family also. Yeah, for me, very simple. I straight away tell you can buy, cannot buy. Yeah, that's all. Okay, so yes, tonight ACCEDE by 5 minutes. Okay, right, Jason. Ending.
Yeah, I think. Do you want to select what's our next district?
Deal. Okay, give me a sec. Okay, new window. Give me a sec, I think most likely we should be doing 13, right?
What is 13 now?
Wait, let me give. 13 we do already. District code. MacPherson Bridal. Yeah, correct. We haven't done this yet.
Okay, MacPherson.
Oh, this one also very interesting place. Bro, is it 20th? Or is it 21st?
Uh, 21st.
Okay, 21st. Come, mark down on calendar first. 21st, which is Tuesday.
Sorry. I think 22nd. 22nd.
Oh, 22nd. Okay. You 22nd
闰月
is
初一，闰2月初一。
初一。
Yeah.
闰2月初一。
Yeah. It's a leap month. It's a leap month. That's why you see a second.
Okay. 22nd. 3月22. This day seems so familiar. What is there? 3月22. Don't know. Don't remember. Okay, never mind. Let me just Fengshui talk. Okay, yes, bro. You have anything to add on based on what I've said?
I think buying a property, you need to have a lot of different strategies. And I think Joel actually cover a lot of practicality. I mean, you can buy a new property, maybe 99 years with 2,000 plus PSF versus a freehold 1,005. I think it's a good find. It's a gem. And yeah, I think when talk about costing, you need to know more. You can reach out to Joel. And for me, if let's say you're not sure in terms of the whether which location to look at, whether you want to look at Payoh, Balestier, Serangoon, Bukit Timah, or Bukit Batok, or even Geylang, you can reach out to me. I can help you analyze what are the different choices that you have. Then also who your family members as well. So in order to find a place that suits everybody, and we see how we can go after that lah. Yeah.
Okay, so basically, right, I just want to share this thing with all of you lah. I don't claim to be the best property agent around, but I want to share with you all that I am a property agent that really cares, because as I always say, a property is the most expensive thing that we'll ever buy in our life. It's so scary, especially if you spend so much money and then you buy the wrong thing. I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but because a lot of things are not within our control. I share this thing with you. You all know the Florence residences, coastline residences, maybe Bay Wind residences. You know, all these projects that were launched just before or even during COVID, right? You all know that all these projects have already missed their TOP deadline. That means by right, TOP is supposed to take key, right? No, sorry, not take key. By right, it's supposed to TOP, right? That means uh the BCA, okay? All these projects are supposed to be have gotten approval to start to give out keys already. But all haven't completed their building, you know. Is that scary? All of them haven't completed their building. So now I can tell you this is the biggest can of worm that is going to explode in the next few months down the road, you know. I'm waiting to see which those super rich owners of this project, right? They really go and bang table and then ask the developer to give them an answer, you know, because what all the developers are doing now, right? They are just it was during COVID, not enough workers. But I based on what I've understand, although I'm not really touched on new launch for many years already. I mean, I help clients select but I've not been in charge of new launches I know, right? I know for a fact that if you were to miss TOP there is damages to be paid to the buyers, you know.
Yeah, Joel just mentioned this. Our government already lead by example already. HDB already pay out, I think, close to more than 5 mil lah, because they missed
Is
the
it?
deadline.
Oh, I didn't read this.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. It's a recent news.
Oh my goodness! You see, even government pay money then you tell me developer don't need to pay. Cannot be one.
So per household, they estimated one household is about 5,000 plus.
Oh, so you all go and think about it. Actually, 5,000 plus enough, man. We all know not enough, hard, not enough one. It's a significant figure, correct? But I mean, we 有好过没有啦 correct? So the issue now is this with so many projects already missing their TOP, and yet more and more projects coming up. Is it still okay to buy? It's perfectly fine if you need to. Like, I mean, honestly speaking, just now I was mentioning for my client, right? I bought a 1,006 square feet house at around 1,005 PSF. It's a good deal lah. I would say it's a good deal. But of course, you don't forget it's a resale house, you know. It's a resale house. So you must do up the whole house also. 不可以留的，全部都要重做的。At least another 100,000, 200,000 down the road one. Correct? Don't need to say one because such a big house man. Then another thing is this. Of course, another thing is it's an older project lah. Then the upkeep of the project must be important lah. You don't think that buy resale 我很容易买 I tell you all know this customer of mine, right? Actually, we browse in the market for not months years already, you know. Because really you find something suitable for them. For me, it's like this. I must really find something that meets their needs. The thing that they buy must really make sense one. Hey, sorry 叔叔有 reputation 要 upkeep 的 Yeah, correct. Because I always say I may not be the best agent around, but I really care. So I have to ensure that my clients really get the best. I dare to say this is the best. That is available. That is available, that is around. So that's why y'all will find it weird. There are actually private buyers who pay me commission to bring them go and buy houses one. You know, because by right, if you all know, right, private, they don't need to pay commission, but there are actually buyers who pay me commission to bring them go and buy a house. Because they don't need a salesman. They need my expertise. Because they know that I really take care of them. This is the thing. But anyway, 这个有点打广告了啦。So you all know me, I don't like to talk too much about these type of things. Okay, so thank you all so much. Okay, once again, it's been a pleasure sharing all this with you all. And I always say this thing: a home is like a recipe. Nothing's perfect, but we'll definitely be able to find something that suits you and your loved ones. Jason anything？
No
没有啊，Jason 是一个很 straightforward 的人，他没有很多 rubbish 跟我们讲的。OK，so this is Daddy Pop Chef. I'm Joel. Let's make you do well. Good night.